I'm here today, thankfully, with Walid, which I really am pleased to have met through our daughters go to school together, and he is a bit of a guru on Breathworks Icebaths and the journey of the soul. So I'm starting on that journey. Walid, tell everyone about first Breathworks and ice bathing. How are they correlated?
I think when people ask about breathwork, I tend to tell them that it's the interlink between pretty much everything. Sports, art, sex, music, breathwork is the link. And for no doubt, the ice bath, in summary, is breathwork. And I always share with those who join it that the secret is 2 words, and it's breathe slow. So the breathwork allows you to slow down, allows you to regulate, self-center, and with that, you're able to withstand the ice, the temporary discomfort that you may feel. So they're hand in hand. There is no ice bath without breathwork.
When people think Breathworks, I feel a lot of people think spiritual, yogi, holistical, but it's a health thing, and that's where I found through my infection when I had staph that it helped me a hell of a lot to get over that. And tell us about the health benefits of just proper breathworks.
Today, breathwork is used in schools, universities, in the Army, the Marines, every single athlete. It is a mechanism to help you cope with not only the stress, but to give you that boost of energy. So depending on the intention you're setting, depending on the healing you're looking for, a lot of people tend to think, is it just a breathwork after yoga? Is it pranayama? Is it just something spiritual? And it's much, much more beyond that. Similar to you, I had my own healing journey, and I found with the breath, I was able to change beliefs in my mind. I was able to go inside, and that only can happen when you're in that beautiful moment in the now, and when you're breathing consciously, connected. And that's what breathwork is. It's simple connection with the spirit inside.
I've tried meditation. I feel like I can never get there. However, when I do a breathworks, I feel like everything stops in my mind. And I think that is a form of meditation in itself.
Breathwork is a very powerful technique that allows you to let go of the ego, to let go of any thoughts that keep on coming in and brush them away so you can go deep into the psyche, deep into the subconscious. And that's what it's all about.
And there's so many categories of breathworks. You can really go back into a rebirthing side and really get rid of the ego or get rid of the past and have a refreshing start with it. That's another journey in itself, isn't it?
That's for sure a lot of work with trauma, with abuse. They say from the case studies that 1 or 2 breathworks alone are equivalent to years of psychotherapy. We definitely don't undermine the therapy or anything, but that's how powerful it is for releasing old paradigms, dissolving old patterns. There's a big difference between nose breathing and mouth breathing. There's a difference between alternating the nostrils, withholding the breath, retaining fire breathing. So you can gain a lot of incredible benefits.
And how do you bring the breathworks we're going to do today into the ice bath, and why?
There are several factors when you get into the ice. First of all, it's the mindset, manifestation that you have the power and the ability, so it's the mind. Second is the deep breathing. So you can allow yourself to change the chemistry in your body, allow your body to become more alkaline, so things flow. You can send messages to the bottom of your feet that you are warm. With this deep, connected breathing, it allows yourself to open up, not only the body, the vessels, but the mind and the spirit. So breathing is one of the most important techniques, and followed by a little bit of dynamic stretching, move the blood flow, allow the heart to beat, then we get into the ice. The ice bath, to me personally, is not just getting in the ice. It's a spiritual practice. It's a sacred practice. When I get in, and I know that I'm nowhere else but here and now, and I can find that peace and serenity. So to me, I just challenge myself every single time, and I know that beyond this little temporary discomfort is this immense healing.
Then when you come out of that, you feel like you've conquered something. You've conquered yourself.
Conquer
really,
yourself.
Yeah. Now my ego yesterday was something funny. It was I have always been a little bit timid to do too much holistic spirituality stuff or go to events because I am a little bit embarrassed of not fitting in or not doing it. Believe it or not, it is something that stops me from going to a class because I might look a bit awkward or silly. I thought, that's an ego thing. I got to get over it. And once I got in that ice bath, I did get over it. And then when the feeling of wanting to jump out came, I had thoughts of happy place, Saskia, I can do this, let go, focus, and 6 minutes later, I could have stayed in there longer, I think.
Yeah.
Find out today.
It's amazing. I mean, it's not about time. People have to understand there's no ego. I love it when Wim Hof shares the words saying there is no ego, there's only we go. So we go in together. It's not about the ego. And it's not about time. Multiple sessions of, brief encounters, say 2 or 3 minutes, shocking the cardiovascular system is better than a 15, 20-minute one. So you get out, shock the system, and you go into that flow state. You were in a flow state yesterday with a smile and complete zen. So that's amazing.
I've been reading a lot about, obviously about, everyone's talking about cold water immersion and the benefits of it. And it can be as simple as turning on your cold shower at the end of your shower. And I've also seen people filling salad bowls up and putting in overnight and putting your face in the water. Face bath.
Yeah.
So everyone can do that. And everyone can do a breath work or some form of breath work for 5-10 minutes if they understand what it's trying to achieve. And that's what I'm thinking is space from the mind, the ability to only just think from here, feel from here. And I know from breathworks I did last week, I came out with so much clarity about where I wanted to go and what I'm going to do.
That's exactly what it is. We tend to remind everybody who joins in any activity, not only the ice bath or breathwork, set the intention. What would you like out of this session? So intention is important, but once you set it free. So if you wanted clarity on a certain issue with a relationship or business, set that intention. And maybe in the ice or after the ice answers should come. And if not, maybe something totally else could just slap you in the face in the champagne. So intention is important. And not only that, it's the euphoric feeling, the amounts of serotonin release, the dopamine, and that feeling that you have for the next few hours, if not the whole day. So,
well, I had that yesterday. That's why I'm back here today.
Yeah, well, let's do it. So
I want to do it. Also, then we can take everything, meditation, breathworks, ice bath, the ego, and we talked about the journeys of ice bath, and you can take people on a full journey. Can you tell us about, firstly, how you got into it briefly, where you are now with your business and what it offers?
So I launched Nafas Journeys, and Nafas in Bahasa, in Arabic, Hebrew, and Persian means breath, which is spirit. And the Nafas journey, I tend to say, it's a lifelong journey. You don't get all the benefits from one breathwork. Breathwork is a journey, like meditation. Ice bath is a journey. You don't do it once. And these journeys, we've launched something called the Soul Ventures, Adventures from the Soul. Living 20 years in the Middle East, 5 in Saudi, and 15 years in Dubai, I had a marketing agency, my own company, and I grew it. But I don't think towards the end I was able to handle stress because I thought I was Superman and invincible. And with the ups and downs at some point in the hospital, after multiple MRIs and electricity in my head, the doctor said we'd have to open up your brain and remove a piece of your skull and freeze some nerves, because I had something called trigeminal neuralgia. It's a chronic pain affecting the trigeminal nerve. My teeth would blow up, and I'd call my dentist at 3 a.m. to just take them all out. And he would be like, "You're fine," but the painkiller stopped working. So I knew then something was off, and my soul was off, and I didn't want to take the route of operating. I didn't want to take the traditional, so I went on that journey. And 10 years ago, I started with the physical. I thought my healing would come in the form of the juice fast, the coconut fast, the water fast, all the physical. And when I realized, before getting into breathwork and meditation, it was more spirit, hand in hand with physical. So from Jamaica to Bali, Peru, to Costa Rica, India, to all these wonderful places and wonderful teachers, I managed to heal, not have to operate, cure myself, but I made drastic changes in my life, my lifestyle, my work, and we moved to Bali 5 years ago, launching Nafas Journeys, and I feel the immense healing that took place on me personally from something that when I speak to people about, they say, "How did you change and what worked?" Expecting a magical pill. It's much more beyond the pill. It's the mind. You know how the mind, sometimes people come and say, I have a shoulder injury or a back injury. No motorcycle accident, no basketball accident, no injuries, but it's something inside that's stuck, emotions, and I'm sure you had the same thing with multiple injuries. After healing and launching the Nefes, I hear endless stories from the ice, from the breathwork, of people's lives being changed, people who couldn't run marathons and triathlons once they had started because of knee injuries. They're back again full force. So it's beautiful. It's really beautiful seeing that.
That's pretty.
Part of it.
I didn't know that. That's fantastic. I had that staph infection. That's why I'm on this journey. It wasn't. It just doesn't take much. And look, I've had multiple injuries on the left side, which obviously could relate to something. And that's why I'm putting my toe in anything and meeting people like yourself. So if there is something there, I want to unblock it now, because I think it's a good time in my life now to investigate.
Yeah.
And why not? We only get one life.
I love Joe Dispenza's saying about 3 key things, which is accept, believe, and surrender. Many people, when they get hit with a death in the family, relationship, money, or something, they don't accept it, or it takes time to believe, or they lost the faith. So you're accepting. We're looking into surrendering and doing the research. But the most important thing is believing in the outcome, believing that this will work. The nuts you're taking, the drinks you're doing, these mindsets. And that's the power of all this together, believe. And hopefully with your messages spreading and the heart side touch, they can understand that there is healing. And obstacles, little speed bumps in life sometimes are the biggest opportunities for drastic changes.
I think anyone's life can change in doing breathwork, because at the end of the day, what's the worst that can come out of it? A healthy mind and a healthy body.
Absolutely.
And then if you stay where you are, you stay where you are. But I'm sure you'll probably do things a little bit differently. I know that I do breathworks. I'm moving into ice baths now, but my breathworks is definitely a couple of times a week. And I know, looking back, my persona has changed. My patience level is a lot higher. If you ever watch the show that I'm on, you'll see why it has to be. So I'm looking forward to another ice bath today.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to keeping it as a routine and as a habit, because I know the benefits even after yesterday. And I want to hear more about your journey and look at your website a lot more. And maybe I can hook up on a journey next year when I'm ready for it.
When you're ready, the time will come.
So now we're going to do my second session of ice baths, which I did yesterday, but we're going to do one today. So we'll just do a quick run through. We've got to get ready. We've got to do some breath works, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you all.
That's great.
That was fun.